in the first film, the clumps are in the movie in two scenes, and they're really powerful scenes.
You're acting like a real fucking Nutty Professor right now.
I never got why they called him a Nutty Professor. Because he was never...
Yeah.
He doesn't...
He's actually quite rational. When he's being himself, he's quite rational.
Yeah. And Barry Love isn't a... He isn't... He's not a professor.
It's a remake of an older film.
Yeah, it's Jerry Lewis.
Yes, but Moss.
Yeah.
I love Jerry Lewis because even in the pictures where he's not doing Chinese face, he looks like he is.
Yeah, he crosses his eyes and sticks his tongue out.
Yeah, in the picture of the Nutty Professor, the poster, I'm gonna post it in the
It's disgusting.
He looks like he's doing like a racist like Chinese face.
Do you know
but he's not.
He looks like who's the comedian? His name is like Roy Chubby Brown. He looks like Roy Chubby Brown actually.
Roy Chubby Brown is still going.
Oh yeah, I know. I looked
he's
at
like
Twitter.
old as shit, and he's just all he does is tour like the Durham Conservative Club.
It's awesome.
He's 77 years old.
Just doing weekly shows at Butlins. That's my dream.
I don't know if they get him on at Butlins. I think he's too divisive.
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
Alright, here we go. Here's some Roy Chubby Brown quotes and quotations. Man says to wife, I had a wet dream about you last night. I dreamt you got run over by a bus and I pissed myself laughing. You know what? Actually, he's pretty good. I kind of like this guy now. The Tampax have replaced the string on their tampons with a piece of tinsel. They say it's only for the Christmas period. How's that, guys?
That one was okay.
Is this guy a comedian?
Yeah, Roy Chubby Brown.
He's a classic comedian. I'm pretty sure my dad had DVDs.
He's
from
one
Roy
of
Chubby
the
Brown.
old racist comedians.
That's why.
I need to look up a picture.
He does jokes about like, you know, my wife's fat and ugly, and also Indian people are funny.
Yeah, I've seen a picture of this guy before.
Yeah, he wears a silly hat.
Oh, I misread.
You know what? Actually, I was the first person ever to say the C word on stage in the UK. Much respect.
Wow.
You might not like him, you might not like what he stands for, but he said cunt for the first time.
He played the Land Rover Sports and Social Club in Solihull on Saturday the 5th. I can't believe I missed it.
Sheesh, that's a big room. Sorry, what was that? Which sports and social club?
The Land Rover Sports and Social Club in Solihull. Oh, it is a real Land Rover thing. Oh.
Wow.
I mean, what do you
So
think?
they
We
ride
could
around the
just-
field in Land Rovers.
I guess so. I'm not
Maybe
really
it's just people who walk about fields. The ravers of the field.
No, it has the
Well,
logo. They've got the
They haven't
logo
got any
and
gigs
everything.
booked again until fucking 30th of September when they've got Tiber and Pete from the Jewelers. You guys excited about that? See Tiber and Pete? And I don't know who. Looking at the pictures of it, this looks like an awesome room. I'm sure the place was electric for Roy Chubby Brown.
I think it'd be fun to see.
I like Tiber and Pete. I'm looking at pictures of them, and these guys look awesome. They're like a white guy and a black guy, and the black guy's wearing like a leather hat backwards. Let me post a picture of them.
Let's check out the music video.
Look how fucking cool these guys look.
Oh wow.
I want to be the guy on the left. This basically my entire like life goal.
Mr. Cocaine.
He looks awesome. I like his sunglasses. We want to talk about the movie. Do we want to introduce the movie?
Yeah, I think you should introduce the movie.
Okay, so this is DUMBOPLEX, the podcast that we're doing, and we watched The Nutty Professor, 1996. What was it rated at the time? I don't know.
Highly.
I'm guessing 18. It's some pretty controversial themes. I thought of an alternate title. Dr. Fat Guy and Mr. Evil Skinny Guy. What do you think?
I didn't
Like kind of it's like a referential Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Dr. Fat Guy and Mr. Evil Skinny Guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works. Would you,
like
you
it?
could pitch that?
Do you like that?
You could pitch it. It's
Could you
good.
tell me that you like it?
I really
Yeah.
like it.
I think I'd call it the potion.
The potion. That potion?
That crazy potion.
The nutty potion. They should have called it the nutty potion. Oh, sorry, I just knocked over a bunch of cans.
I feel like
They
that
should-
would be kind of like a kind of nice nutty liqueur. A nice kind of peanut liqueur.
Ooh, do they make that?
I'm sure they do. They make like cookie liqueur.
They make anything nowadays.
Yeah.
Once I lost my backpack on the train, and they handed it in, but they stole... I had some chocolate vodka in there that I got for Christmas, and they stole that, and they stole my PlayStation controller. But then they handed it in.
Wow.
I know.
That's
So
wrong.
after that, I vowed never to drink a flavored alcohol.
Like limoncello. Because really, that
No,
was
I don't like that shit. No, I don't
No,
like
it is
that.
gross, but that was that's the original chocolate liquor.
It's too sweet. Did you say it's chocolate?
No, it's the original like chocolate liquor. It was the original flavored drink.
It's lemon.
Yeah, but it was like the first one that they made flavored.
That doesn't make sense.
It was actually... No, that's not the first fucking flavored alcohol they made. They put flavors in alcohol.
Yeah, it was all just kind of like nothing before. Just like, I
No,
don't
it
know what
just-
this
That was the
is.
first one they added extra sugar to. It made it weird and sweet.
What did
Okay,
you guys
so-
think of the intro to the movie with all the hamsters running about?
I actually really loved that. Do you know what I loved? The leaf blower, and it blows the two hamsters out. One of them like goes in that chick's mouth, and the other one gets stuck
Yeah,
inside the
there's a-
sandwich. I thought that
It
was
gets
awesome.
shot and it gets trapped inside the sandwich, and it like comes right at the camera. And then the sandwich
That
lady,
was so sick.
the sandwich lady has like such like a yellow tongue. Her tongue's just like bright yellow. She just hasn't brushed her.
What?
She hasn't brushed her mouth. It's horrible.
They didn't do that back
I didn't
then.
see that part. Do you know what?
Yellow
I
muffler
really
over her
dislike
tongue.
the score. I feel as soon as the fucking soundtrack started, it's like terrible like late 90s 2000s family movie music, where it's going like boom ba do do do.
Oh, yeah.
It's like all go crazy, and it's just like fucking awful to listen to. I don't know who the fucking soundtrack guy was on this one, but I'm sure he did a bunch of other terrible movies from this
It
time.
was Diplo.
I really dislike the soundtrack, apart from the awesome songs that were in it.
It was David Newman.
What else did he do?
Oh wow, he did Matilda. He did Scooby Doo. He did Bill and Ted.
That's what I'm talking about. He did a million movies and they all sound exactly like
He
this.
did, yeah, he did Cat in the Hat, Jingle All the Way. He's a machine.
Kinda that's kind of a fucking movie. He did Heathers, that's a good movie.
He did Coneheads.
What? Actually, no, you know, now you say that, the Conehead soundtrack is very similar to this.
I think he did most of Danny DeVito's directorial production.
What, did Danny DeVito direct Coneheads?
No, he directed Death to Smoochie, Throw Me Over from the Train, Matilda, stuff like that.
Mm.
Amazing films.
Did you guys ever watch the ones with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh, twins.
Yeah, Twins, and there's another one, like Who's the Daddy or some shit
Yeah,
like that.
I remember I saw Twins on TV, like a bit of it when I was quite little, and there's a scene where I think the kind of concept of it is they kind of take the DNA from like 10 different guys and kind of create this kind of, you know, super sperm. And they kind of impregnate one egg, and it comes out with, you know, the two twins of the title. And I didn't really understand what was happening, so I remember like going to school and we had sex ed, and they were talking
And you
about.
thought that was what happens.
But they were talking about, oh, it's one man and one woman, and I was really
You thought it should
confused
actually
because
be
I
10
thought,
guys.
no, I've definitely seen it with like 10 women, 10 men, and one woman. And I told the teacher that, and I can't remember what her kind of reaction was.
But wait, so this was from watching the movie Twins? This wasn't from watching, like,
No,
being exposed to weird porno at an early age? This was literally just from watching Twins? I would have fucking assumed you'd been exposed to some shit if a kid told me that.
well, I realise that now, but it's just, you know, a great comedy movie.
It is a great comedy movie. Junior, I think, it's not better, but it's a fucking weird movie. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger as this, like, pregnant scientist.
Yeah.
Speaking of scientists,
Speaking of
so
pregnant
Mr.
scientists.
I mean, he's He could be pregnant.
He could be. He has massive boobs.
He does. He's kind of stacked.
I was looking at a behind the scenes thing, and they just like had like a silicone suit or whatever, but they like he's covered in like cellulose and like water and stuff. He's got these like water bags all over him.
I loved the practical effects in this.
They're really
like,
good.
His whole family and like I loved the hamster. What was it called? Shelly, the giant hamster.
Shelly the
like
hamster.
animatronic, like it's like the giant animatronic hamster.
It's like
that was sick.
little hand puppet, I think.
Yeah.
It won Best Makeup. That's why you love it so much. It won Best Makeup at the Oscar. This is an Oscar-winning movie.
Well, me and the Academy, we line up.
If you can make
we believe in all the same things.
If you can make a lab rat like the size of a cabbage, then you're going to win some awards.
They should put that in any movie. That's actually how they win Oscars. They smuggle shit like that into movies.
Yeah.
Like, what's that movie about Stephen Hawking?
Green Book.
Theory of...
It's not Green Book. It's not the fucking Green Book.
He had a green book where he wrote down all his physics.
They're going through the South, and people are really racist against you if you have like a robot voice and you're stuck in a wheelchair. So they can only go to certain places.
Yeah, I'd like to see a version of Green Book with Sherman Klump.
Oh, he would be acting up. He'd be walking into the whites only bathroom, farting like crazy.
He'd be making.
I think they would keep the Jekyll and Hyde aspect. So like Barry Love would do the sit-ins, but Sherman Klump wouldn't.
You said Barry Love.
Barry Love, yeah, that was the other.
His name is Buddy Love.
Sorry, Buddy Love.
No fucking American is called Barry. There's no American.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they're called Barry more than we are. I think.
No, apart from Barry Manilow. That's
okay. We'll get past that. But Buddy Love would do the sit-ins, but Sherman Klump wouldn't, and that would be the Green Book Jekyll and Hyde, I think.
Well, the Buddy Love, in being evil, he's going against racism.
No,
that's what you think.
No.
The evil part is that he's against racism.
I think being against racism is a very masculine trait, which is what Buddy Love becomes. See, Buddy Love.
That's true. Yeah, he gets lots of. He's high T.
Yeah.
He gets lots of testosterone.
Which is what it takes to stand up against the white ruling class.
What did you think of the dinner scene?
The dinner scene?
Yeah, I'm kind of skipping ahead a bit, but when he sits down with his family.
The initial dinner scene with the whole family. The thing that fucking killed me about that scene was the only real fat person is a child.
Yeah.
It's all about how disgusting and fat they are, and then the only person who's actually fat is this fucking small child.
He just has to sit there like dancing and laughing and like
Hercules. That bit was so funny.
I think the kid enjoys it though. He seems to enjoy himself.
No, the kid's enjoying himself. Yeah. You're fucking hanging out with Eddie Murphy and shit, you know. He's probably having a great time. I did think it was very funny that in
the behind the scenes thing I was watching at the end, John Ailes, who played like the lab assistant with the curly hair.
Hamster Boy.
Yeah.
Buddy Love constantly referred to him as that.
Yeah, so Hamster Boy. He was saying that like he's been there for like 2 weeks on set, and he's never met Eddie Murphy out of makeup. So he just knows like Sherman Klump and like some of the family members.
Sick.
So he's just, and he hadn't met Eddie Murphy before or after. Like,
that's so sick. That's method.
Yeah.
You know what though? That looks fucking awful sitting in like that much prosthesis.
Yeah, I think it took like 3 hours like each time, and then I think the grandma took like 5 hours.
You know what? His fucking performances as like the different members of his family were actually really good. You know what? It made me think of the movie that he'd later come out with, Norbit, where he also plays a bunch of different roles.
Wow. He really got a taste for it.
This was kind of the prototype of Norbit, you know?
What happens in Norbit? What's the difference?
Okay, so Norbit, it's still about a disgusting fat person.
Right.
But they're evil in this one. The fat person is evil.
Oh, a bit of a switch around.
Yeah, switcheroo.
Yeah, it's kind of switching up the story, yeah. Okay, so in Norbit, there's this skinny guy. His name's Norbit. He's adopted. He gets adopted by a bunch of Chinese people who own like a laundrette. And there's some funny kind of interactions between this Chinese guy and his black child early in the movie. And then he marries this really fat, mean girl. I can't remember what her name is. and her brothers are like dicks, and then he meets some other girl who's skinny, which means that she's good. And she teaches him to be confident and I think rollerblade.
Oh,
and they do
okay.
rollerblading in it. And basically it's about Norbit, discovering his self-worth from this evil fat woman, also played by Eddie Murphy.
Okay. See, I spent a lot of time between starting the movie and finishing the movie up till now finding out that Eddie Murphy was in fact all of them. Because I didn't think he was. Because I was...
You just thought it was really good casting.
No, I thought they were different people in similar prosthetics. Because the eyes looked so different. I was trying to look at his eyes.
They've all got Eddie Murphy's
by his
teeth.
performance.
Eddie...
That's a good, that's the sign of a good actor.
Yeah, that is true.
Harry was so taken in by the dinner scene, and you were like, man, these fat old people just farting up like crazy. What's going on?
Yeah.
How'd they find all
Is
these
he really
people?
farting that loud? Yeah, how did they find
they're all
old
so
guy farts
funny.
that loud?
Yeah, that is true.
These huge, hilarious people.
I wonder if the old lady and the dad are really mad at each other in real life.
Well...
Okay, so I liked the dinner scene.
I didn't...
oh wait,
I was trying to work
so
out...
we kind of skipped. Sorry, go on.
I was just trying to work out what the script would look like, but there's no official script anywhere. Because the whole thing is just like...
No.
Well, no, there's those like Word documents, but for the dinner scenes, it's just constant like... It's every line goes over another line.
This character farts.
This character farts, says I'm farting, and then another character at the same time will say, why are you farting? And then a third character is saying, yeah, you can't do that at dinner. So I was just wondering if like there was anything to say that you shouldn't do that at dinner in the script.
I would find it so disgusting if all my fat family started farting at the dinner table.
If my fat southern family were eating grits and they were all farting the place up, I would fucking hate that shit. If I had a nephew and he was like a little fat boy who does like a Hercules pose, that would just piss me off. That would ruin dinner for me. I want to go back though, because you skipped ahead, and I do enjoy that scene. But so that he meets the dean after the hamster scene. The dean's really mad at him, and he's like, "Clump, you're a bad scientist, and we hate you." And then Clump goes back to his room. And he teaches a class, and he has what I really enjoyed. He has a candy drawer. He did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the candy drawer? I really enjoyed that. I was like, oh man, I want that. I want a big drawer full of Snickers and payday bars and shit in my room.
It didn't look
Sounds
very
awesome.
nice for. I didn't like watching him.
But it was full of sweets.
I didn't like watching him eat that, and it's in a drawer. It's probably like mushed up Snickers and it didn't look good. That's what.
I think I kind of missed the candy drawer. But,
I wrote in my notes, you can see it right here, candy drawer is awesome.
Oh, okay, yeah. Alright. Hey, look. Alright.
If it's written down, it's true, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Lizzo said that the candy drawer made her cry. She found it very relatable.
We're going there!
No, she had an interview about it. This is real.
Lizzo didn't have a Nutty Professor interview.
She did. She said that it would make her cry when she was a kid.
Because she wanted it?
No, because she used to do that. And she said that she could feel Sherman's pain.
Well, every professor does that, so...
Yeah.
I don't get why she'd cry at that. And did you cry at that?
Professor? What, are you saying because I'm like a fat guy? Like, I have a candy drawer.
No, I'm saying that because
because
you
wrote...
because you wrote down candy drawer is awesome, so...
Yeah, that's what I saw. I didn't cry. Obviously, I didn't cry because I thought it was awesome.
Lizzo thinks it's awesome too.
No, she doesn't. She said it's bad.
I thought she liked it. She had one.
No, she doesn't like it.
Because she had one?
She cried because she related to it because she doesn't like that she had one.
Oh.
Right? Velvie, back me up here.
I think you're kind of missing the point, but I think we should move on.
Okay, so next, Clump he's in his candy drawer and he's eating his candy, and then Jada Pinkett Smith walks in.
I was
this is a big part.
And I was hoping that, you know, Will Smith's not going to show up and slap somebody.
Oh, that just
I'll tell you
happened.
That just happened.
Well, that's actually.
So Jada
Go on, sorry.
Pinkett Smith comes in and she's like, "Hey, I like your clump science. I'm teaching here. I'm a grad student. Blah blah blah." And does he ask her out here? Or does he ask her out like later on?
I think he asks her out here, and he gets the date.
No, I thought.
Yeah, he gets the date.
I thought he goes to her house.
No, he goes to her house. Yeah, you're
he
right.
like finds her address and goes to her house.
They just say hi and then she leaves in this part. Then the dinner scene happens.
Well, when does the kissing dream happen? Because that's my first note.
What, on the beach?
On the beach?
That's quite far in. I think he goes in the
No, this is near the start. He's watching TV and he drifts off.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's a couple on the beach and he imagines him and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Okay.
And he kind of gets on top of her and then she sinks into the sand and dies.
And he isn't.
So Jada Pinkett Smith's character is called Miss Purty.
Yeah.
And I thought that was funny. Like, she's called, like, Miss Pretty, and he's called Club. It's very, like, happy families. Like, people are just what their names are.
I didn't know...
Because he looks like a club.
I thought that was just a name that Buddy Love was using. I didn't know that was her real name.
That's her real name.
Oh, okay. That's her real name in real life, too.
Yeah.
Miss
Purty
Jada Pinkett. But yeah, that's my first note is boner at the kissing dream. So I spent.
I didn't write down the kissing dream. Must not have impacted me that much.
No, that impacted
was that
me
before or after the? Sorry, go on.
They end up going on a date to a nightclub, kind of a comedian nightclub.
Yeah, the Scream. Was this before or after he? No, so he gets his date and he's really happy about it, and then he does like the fat guy failing at sports compilation like montage thing.
Yeah, he does a montage.
So he
I only had one note.
He does a montage.
And
sorry, what was your note?
He has so many needles sticking out of him. He's getting acupuncture.
Yeah,
and he
the
looks like a
acupuncture
porcupine.
scene. The acupuncture scene was fun.
It's a really beautiful kind of sculpture. Oh, and also they, in the behind the scenes thing, they were talking about for the naked kind of clump body, they modelled it on a life cast of a local 19-year-old.
Really?
I thought it was an interesting fact.
They're just scouting fat people, and they're like, "Hey, you look really fat. Can you like be clumped? Can we clumpify you?
Can we stick a bunch of needles in you?"
Did they show the 19-year-old?
No, it's just their body.
Oh,
cast.
No. Oh, okay.
A casting of their body in silicone. And then,
so were they alive or dead? I'm confused. Was this like a donated science thing?
No, they took like a silicone cast of their body.
So they found a guy on the sea. They went to like McDonald's to scout people, and they found him and were like, "Can we take a life-size cast of you?"
Yeah, and then they made that, and then they stuck Eddie Murphy inside it.
That's sick.
And put a bunch of needles in it.
Well, they deserve that Oscar. This just proves that they deserve that Oscar.
Yeah.
So yeah, he goes and he fails at sports, and then they go to the Scream. And he doesn't have a Scream there. I must say that.
He meets Dave Chappelle.
He has a bad time. Yeah, Dave Chappelle's doing his usual punching down crap.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle comes out looking like the feral boy from the Wild Thornberrys. He's like just moving about all crazy.
He moves very well.
Yeah, I like his outfit. He looks like a 1990 raver. He's got the big hat on. He looks like you listen to like Acid House.
He's pretty cool.
But he says some very mean things to Professor Klump.
But they were all funny, so.
I think the comedy satire should have a clear purpose. You know, I kind of think it was punching down on Klump to say how fat
Klump is a professor. Klump is a tenured professor. Yeah. Dave Chappelle is he's a comedian as well.
Yeah, he's at a nightclub with the Scream.
Yeah.
Every night.
You think he's punching up?
Yes.
You think he's being subversive by saying Klump is like disgustingly fat?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a working class man versus an academic.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's taking on the intelligentsia. Okay, you know what? No, you guys are turning me around. Actually, Dave Chappelle's awesome in this.
Yeah,
I think Reggie's fucking cool.
Yeah, I kind of.
Yeah, the comedian's name is Reggie.
I kind of realized, kind of like just after this point, where his kind of the reason that he wants to get skinny is not because he wants to be skinny. It's that his kind of main fear is that he's going to hurt or embarrass others. So he's a very like compassionate individual.
Yeah, Clump's a good guy.
Yeah.
You know,
like he doesn't really care if he's fat, but he feels like he's making the world kind of a worse place for other people. Which is very sad.
Yeah, it's
very sad
all
movie.
very external. Like he watches like TV about how like, you know, this guy's saying, oh, we will need to lose weight, and like he's drinking the branded drinks, and like this is like his whole world is just.
But then he nods off and
other
thinks he's
people's
like
opinions
Fatzilla, a huge man.
So okay. So we're getting to the inflation scene.
Harry's on the beach.
Wow.
Harry's in a tropical paradise.
Just dreaming about fucking Jada Pinkett Smith as well. Jada Purdy Smith as well. Just.
If Jada Pinkett Smith had her normal weight laid on top of you on the sand, you would get buried. Like
That's true.
Like burying like an action figure. Like burying one of those army men toys. Just like step on
you get lost in a belly button.
Okay, so yeah, you were talking about the Fatzilla scene. This kind of fucking. I watch movies a lot, and like you see certain scenes, and you're like, this awoke something in someone.
Oh,
like so many young people watch this movie and got to the point where he gets like inflated to be really, really fat, and he keeps getting bigger and fatter, and they were like, yes, this is doing something for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's so many scenes like this, like fucking, you know, Violet in Willy Wonka.
Oh yeah.
Like that's an awakening for so many people. And there was also the second fart gag of the movie.
Well, yeah, in Willy Wonka, she turns into a giant professor, very fat, round professor.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And all the Oompa Loompas wheel her off and give her a blue potion.
And she reaches into the factory and she grabs a single turkey leg.
Oh, I liked that bit. I liked when he was nibbling on the tiny turkey
he's nibbling on the. Yeah, that was sick.
It made me want a tiny turkey leg to nibble on, but hey.
You would have to find the tiniest turkey leg in the world
to
be that small for you. Yeah, so he wakes up. It was just a dream.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he hasn't been turned giant and fat.
Because for a second I thought he had, which was scary.
That'll be the rest of the movie. He's so giant and fat.
Yeah. And quite the opposite, because he ends up going to the lab and he drinks the potion and it turns him into a skinny man.
A handsome man too, we should probably add, because...
And it shrinks his hair as well. Yeah, it shrinks his hair because his hair is fat.
Gives him a haircut. Yeah, Dr. Clump has fat hair.
Yeah.
Is what this movie is telling us.
Well, I think the issue is, I think the fat was pushing it further up. I think that might be...
Yeah, he had kind of like a mound on top of his
head.
head.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
A kind of swelling.
Jiggle his head.
Yeah, and
it's a helmet.
The reason why Buddy Love is so mean is because fat people are really jolly. And when he gets all the fat sucked out of him...
They destroyed the Santa gene.
Yeah, he loses all the jolliness.
It takes the Santa gene out of you that all fat people possess. It makes you extra jolly and gives you a jolly, boisterous laugh. So yeah, Buddy Love is created, and
he's so horrible.
Yeah, he's so mean. I hate that guy.
Yeah,
what does he do?
He kind of like starts jumping about. He starts buying spandex. You know, the kind of normal things.
Oh, he goes and eats gets a bunch of spandex, and he goes to a restaurant and eats a bunch of food.
He gets more horny too.
He does.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah.
And he ends up getting a date with Miss Bertie.
Yeah.
Which they go back to the club.
But whenever he's
because he's in the lab, she walks in and he has to say like, oh, bud, the janitor or whatever, the cop, the guard is like, hey buddy, and he says that's his name. Yeah, he's actually really bad at saying that it's his name. Like, if I was Jada Pinkett Smith, I would instantly assume this guy's lying to me.
Yeah, he didn't, like...
Because he takes so long.
The name's Buddy. Love. And then it's like, I don't think anyone... But hey...
It's good to have that love machine in the office. He could look over and it says love on it. So I'm gonna keep a bunch of objects around my room that have different words on, that have different like names. If I need to think of like an improvised fake name.
What would your name be now? Quick. What's your buddy love name?
David M. Tricitabid Tedoffer Verdisil Proxy.
Where is David in your room?
David Byrne.
Oh, okay, alright.
David
Oh,
Byrne.
okay.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry that I'm reading.
I didn't know you.
Okay? Yeah, sorry that I'm reading the works of David Byrne.
Mine would be Nintendo.
Okay.
I think mine would be
That's
Berry
it?
Glue.
Berry Glue is actually kind of a sick name. I think Berry Glue is the most convincing of any of these names.
I'm gonna get so far
Well, your name is David.
in the love game.
I think Berry Glue is the name a star has.
I could be a famous singer.
So where do they go on the date? Where do they go on this date?
They go to the Scream again, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Which is the only place.
In town. Do they say what town it is, by the way?
Yeah, I don't know. So they talk about Chicago because she's from Chicago, but I don't know if they say where the university
Yeah,
is.
because it was a very cool campus. And
would you
I
like to
really
visit?
liked. Yeah, I really liked. I took.
You like to hang out on the quad?
Yeah,
there?
no, because
So you see Trump going by?
imagine you're hanging out on your awesome campus, which is huge, by the way. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
your nutty ass professor comes running up the stairs. And he's having the time of his life.
Oh, that's Clump. He's my Nutty Professor.
He's like jumping, he's cheering, he's losing weight. It's beautiful.
Oh, that's so true.
wasn't-
He's wearing a huge suit and running
Yeah,
around
yeah.
screaming that he's thin.
Your usually skinny nutty professor is no, because he was doing a scene. He was also just exercising normally on campus.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh damn,
Yeah.
fucking, my Nutty Professor's really got a great workout.
Yeah.
And I'd be happy for him. Plus, they see him on the date as well. They see him everywhere.
Yeah, I'd probably cancel him because I would be the woke student on campus.
What would you counsel him for?
I would say it's fat phobic for him to lose weight.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say his research is fat phobic, and I'd probably do a cancelling on him.
Hell, you'd have
awesome.
me. I'd agree. I'm
you turned on him instantly. Okay,
protesting my nutty professor.
we need to take down this fucking Nutty Professor. Okay, so they go on the date,
Mm-hmm.
and they're there at the Scream. Velvie, what happens next?
What, in the club?
In the
In
club.
the club. Dave Chappelle comes out and he's doing his act, and Eddie Murphy's having a big hoot and a holler. He's laughing so much.
Yeah, he is hooting and hollering.
And they end,
yelling.
yeah, they end up kind of getting into a roast battle. They're going back and forth with Yo Mama jokes.
They do.
And
He talks about how bad.
yeah, he talks
Dave
about how
Chappelle's teeth are.
Dave Chappelle's got like ugly teeth and kind of a strange man. I guess that's the kind of.
He takes his hat off, makes fun of his dreads.
Yeah, he has pretty cool hair. I like his hair.
Yeah, the hair was
Basically,
good.
he epically owns Dave Chappelle
Mhm.
with facts and logic. He destroys
He
it.
yeah, and then he throws him into a piano at the end.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that was really cool.
Honestly, people were cheering like for physical assault. He fucks
Well,
him
no,
up.
because
Like,
that's when it just becomes the mask. That's when I realized it was the mask. Because he gets
Yeah.
superpowers.
this movie kind of is the Mask.
He gets-
Now you've said that, there's a lot of parallels to the
Yeah.
Mask in this movie.
'Cause-
When did the Mask come out?
I don't know. You find that out, but I'm doing my
I'm googling.
mask.
I'm googling it right now.
Because
Doing his mask
1994.
research.
It came out 2 years later.
2 years later.
Yeah.
Oh my.
No.
but
Nutty Professor
yeah,
2 years later.
yeah. See, okay, great. Because he's just using his powers to get the girl, same as Mask. He goes to a
Yeah,
club
that's
every
true.
damn night, same as the Mask.
That's true.
Eddie Murphy is this generation's Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
He's
He's green.
Yeah.
They both have iconic
They have the same
smiles.
catchphrase. Buddy Love says, "Somebody stop me."
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he owns him, and then he starts getting really fat again, which I call is a process I've coined called clumpification.
That's a
When
good.
the serum runs out, and he starts getting reclumpified, and his fingers start swelling up, and he gets a huge bottom lip, and he starts talking like clump again.
Oh yeah, because the potion
So he
only
has to-
lasts like a few hours.
Yeah, exactly. So he has to run out of there and he runs, and the hamster boy's there, and he pays with Clump's credit card, and then the hamster boy guy is like, no, that's my professor's card.
He's very protective of his professor.
You're not my professor.
Yeah, I know, right?
He like runs
Not
out.
my name, professor.
My
He
professor
runs
is
out,
big
he gets him
and
a
fat, and you're
car.
skinny.
You're skinny and sexy as hell. You can't be my professor.
My professor is a very nice man, and you're horrible.
You're not nutty at all.
You've done a horrible thing to Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, my nutty professor would never throw someone in a piano.
He would never damage a piano.
Anyway, yeah. He runs out and he catches Buddy Love in his cool car. Which, did you guys see the license plate on the car?
I don't understand the license plate.
What did
It
it?
says PNS car, penis car.
Oh, that's good.
Like he's overcompensating, like penis car.
Well, no, he's just telling
I
people.
guess so. I didn't get that.
But he's
Like
got
it says PNS car, penis car. I like the penis car. I thought the actual joke itself kind of sucks, but I like a license plate that says penis car. That's really funny.
I guess they had to kind of disguise it to kind of get it into a family movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why it went over my head, because I'm a family.
Yeah, we are a family. And you're the child. That's why you weren't allowed to watch the scene where he lays on top of her on the beach. It was too explicit. So Dave should penis car, and then does he piss her off here? Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
he runs away, and then Clump meets Carla Purty the next day, and she's like, "Yo, fucking the guy ran away," but Mr. Clump is like, "Oh, he's fine." And
Yeah, I don't really have any notes for this section. I kind of stopped taking notes for like half an hour.
yeah, I stopped taking notes as well. I took much less notes because I can't lie, this movie's kind of a slog.
Mm.
It's only an hour and
I
a
really
half
enjoyed
long, but
it.
it feels long.
I thought it was great.
My notes end.
It was fine.
My notes end when I say it's just the mask but fat. And then they start again when I was watching Rick and Morty later in the year. So
Okay, what are your notes for that?
Yeah, he's kind of a Rick character. He creates all these potions and
the
technology.
teacher,
He is kind of a Rick.
he's not. First of all, he's not. Rick wouldn't do
Okay.
those.
Harry the expert is
The
weighing
teacher,
in.
the teacher from Rick and Morty is the Nutty Professor. He sounds like
That is
him.
like-
He is.
It's
he is
crazy.
kind of the Nutty
That's
Professor.
so
Yeah.
true.
He sounds like him. He looks like him. He's got the mustache.
He's got a
He's
big
got,
massive
like-
head.
Yeah, a huge head and a toad's neck. He's got like the toad neck that they gave Eddie
Yeah,
Murphy.
he's kind of like
Yeah. Yeah.
the Nutty Professor at the end of the film, where he's like kind of having a fight with his kind of alter ego. So Sherman and Buddy.
I love that scene.
So there's like a big kind of do at the end, in a big tent, and he has to kind of present his potion in order to get some investment money. That's kind of like the B plot. And Buddy Love has tricked Sherman by sneaking the potion, because Sherman tries to get rid of the potion, and Buddy puts the potion in like a kind of a drink that he likes, and so he starts kind of transforming at midnight. It's kind of a Cinderella story, and and it's very grotesque. It's kind of a bit Screaming Mad George, kind of a bit Society.
I really enjoyed that last fucking scene where he's fighting himself and his hand is blowing up and shit.
I like
Yeah.
how I like when they show the leg whenever he gets bigger.
Yeah,
Because,
the leg like droops
Yeah,
down.
it goes like below his foot. It's kind of crazy. And I wish there were real legs like that.
Yeah, they just
'Cause that
like
would be
inflate
I
him.
think if you get really fat, your feet do look like that.
No, there's no way you get fat enough that your legs
Yeah.
go like down like
Sag
trousers.
over, yes,
Yeah,
I
they don't.
think they do.
They do
I think
not
they
look
do.
like
I
trousers.
think
You kind of
they do.
become like an
I think
elephant. You kind of your legs get very kind of
I'm pretty
trunk-like.
sure I've seen one of those like Channel 4 shows for like My Fattest Guy.
Yeah,
Where they
the man who
fucking-
became an elephant. His skin goes grey
Yeah,
and his
the
bones
man-
gets real long.
the man who became the professor who became nutty.
Yeah. Well, that's why he's called the Nutty Professor, because he eats peanuts because he's like an elephant.
So that's the subplot. You're reading between the lines. That's the
Yeah.
Kubrickian.
Well, I
secret plot
think
of
in
movie.
the sequel he invents a potion that makes people
So yeah,
young.
there's a fucking sequel.
there
That's
is?
crazy. How did they make a sequel out of this movie?
Well, it's about the family.
Yeah, I was like, what, does he go and do Buddy Love again?
Well, I think Buddy Love becomes his own entity. I saw like a few clips, and it's got Sherman and a new girl, and they meet Buddy Love at some point. He's like his own person now. He's trying to kill Sherman.
We kind of skipped ahead a bit with the fight scene.
Doesn't matter.
I'll just keep going. No. Because I got a couple notes. So Buddy Love, she agrees to go on a date with him again after he pisses her off or whatever, and he runs away. And then they go to this hotel, and he's like, "Hey, baby, let's go up to my hotel room." And she's like, "No, I don't want to fuck you on the first date. I'm good." And then he's like, "No, it's fine. We're not gonna fuck." And then he goes and does a meeting with the guy who's gonna give him the grant about the potion, and then he does a big speech in front of everyone. And the only bit I wrote down about this was he gets this girl and he gets to stand up, and he says like gluteus minimus, and he's talking about having like a small butt. And I think it's like a really interesting, like, why did they like small butts back then? Because it is a thing. Yeah. Like in the 90s, and like it was a thing of girls being worried their butt was too big. You know?
When was like heroin chic? When was that?
Like late 90s.
That was the 90s, right? That was the 90s.
Maybe
right?
That's it.
I think it was I think it was the thing of like supermodel culture becoming bigger, and like everyone was like wanting to be skinny and shit.
And plus every Eddie Murphy movie had the exact same line with the exact same woman, and he just goes, "I want everyone to look like her." And then obviously Eddie Murphy was huge at the time, so everyone tried to look like her.
That was his thing?
Probably. I mean, his thing seems to be fat people, right?
Yeah.
So
he's getting him in this movie. In this movie, definitely, he's sending for fat people.
I think
he's roasting fat people.
You know, in the 90s, how there was a lot of like kind of spy films where you have to kind of wriggle through kind of air vents and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie's Angels, Mission Impossible.
Well, maybe that's why the kind of narrow arse kind of became popular, so that they could do kind of spy shit.
Did you guys ever see the Inspector Gadget movie?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. We should do that for the podcast.
We should do that movie. Yeah, that movie was good. I don't know why you brought it's the only reason I thought of that is because they do like a Mission Impossible style scene where he like, you know, climbs through the roof or some shit. That movie was fucking cool. Who was in it?
Don't know. It's amazing that they got
Matthew Broderick plays Inspector Gadget.
Amazing.
Of Ferris Bueller fame. Wow, it has a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. We definitely need to watch this. Okay, so yeah, Clump gets fired and he gets replaced with Buddy Love, and then Buddy Love goes back to his house and has an awesome foursome. He has a foursome.
Yeah, so hundreds of women. He trashes the house.
Yeah, he has an insane party and like trashes his house. Clump gets evicted, and then he goes back and he's like, "No, I'm done." And they go to the lab and he starts throwing away all the liquid. And I liked the liquid. I thought it was an interesting, colourful blue. I like a glowing liquid in any media.
I think actually it might be like tonic water, because tonic water under like ultraviolet light kind of glows blue like that.
It glows blue.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it was potions, because movies used to have potions.
Yeah, I think they. Who's the potions technician?
Yeah, well, it's probably potions because he did all that crazy stuff.
They actually. So they were nominated for Best Potion, but they didn't win. They lost out. It was actually
Best Wizard on set. But they used to have science potions in movies all the time. They used to have neon glowing science potions, like the one that makes Shaggy a girl in Scooby-Doo.
That's so hot. That's so fucking hot.
But they all did body transformation stuff, and they all probably had awakenings, right? Like body transformation, body gets bigger or smaller depending on the potion you take.
It's true.
So,
it's true.
Well, yeah. So maybe that should have been the technological advances that we made.
You remember in that movie where Velma wears the PVC catsuit?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, and then they do that. He throws the liquid away, but then he drinks one of his shakes, and somehow Buddy has put the thing in the shake. He's tricked him to drink the potion inside the shake, and he gets skinny again. And he punches Hamster Boy and locks him in the thing. And he goes to the big science meetings to get the grant. and his whole family's there, which I thought was fun. We saw more of the Clump fam.
They say they paid $100 a ticket too, which I
don't remember.
Yeah.
I started wondering if I could go to parties like that.
Well, like fundraising dinners.
Yeah.
You pay like $100 for a plate.
Yeah,
You'd have
it's
to
probably
save
worth
up. You'd have to turn up. You'd have to turn up to the tent with a big kind of jar of pennies.
Turn over my piggy bank at the desk.
You put it on the kind of like folding table and it just kind of collapses. Just spend
be the guy
ages
who
picking all your
scalps
pennies out of the
tickets.
grass.
I'm gonna scalp tickets outside of big events like this. It's like, yeah, you have to say that you're like the head of BT when you get to the door.
You kind of look for kind of sciencey individuals.
Yeah, I have like pairs of glasses with like they're broken in the middle and they're taped up.
I'm going in the Nutty Professor fat suit and expecting him to let me in.
Sneaking into the Nobel Peace Awards as fucking the Nutty Professor.
I've created a serum. Well, actually, that was another thing. I got Coke no. This is Diet Coke no caffeine, right? Which I started thinking, because they say in one of the dinner scenes, this is way earlier on, they say that they're making scientific advancements all the time.
Yes.
So in a way, Nutty Professor predicted this, right? Like, that's a scientific...
Okay.
That is... I just thought it was incredible how they predicted stuff like Diet Coke no caffeine. Because that's a modern day
I like it.
invention.
I like the Coke Zero taste now.
Yeah?
They kind of perfected that.
That's science. That was...
Can we say thank you to science right now?
Thank you, science.
Thank you, science.
And thank
You
you
did
to
it.
the Nutty Professor for starting this wave of science.
Thank you to those nutty professors at the Coca-Cola Corporation for making your flavors so good.
Yeah.
Thank
There's
you
so
to the
much
Nutty
science
Professors of a
nowadays.
Bayer company.
I think maybe there's too much.
Yeah, especially
Too much
past
like
2
science.
years. Wow. Science went
after all this
crazy.
After this Corona science happened, I'm just ready to not hear about any more science.
Oh, did you see?
So
I think when
go on.
like the last time that Buddy Love takes the potion, there's like a little computer and it's got like his details on it, and it scans his like testosterone and it's like 60,000%.
That's fucking
He's
sick.
just like oozing, just like squirting it
It
out.
must smell so bad.
Yeah, he would just be like covered in hair and like he'd have just like massive like sagging titties and like it'd be horrible.
Just covered in acne.
Yeah, he'd just be like a big zit. He wouldn't change size. It would just like all his fat would turn into like spots.
That would make... David Cronenberg directs The Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
That would be fucking sick. So, so Buddy goes to the party, and he is doing his big speech, and he's gonna drink a big bottle of the goop, so that he doesn't turn into the clump anymore. And so he goes up on the stage and he's like doing a big speech, and he's like, his watch is going off to tell him it's time to drink the potion and to get rid of clump forever. And then something happens where he gets a big hand, and the big hand starts fighting back, and that's the clump in him is fighting back.
It'd be so embarrassing if this happened.
If your hand got really fat,
If
it's like
you
fighting
started kind
against
of
you.
inflating and deflating, and kind of fighting with yourself. It'd be very
That would be
embarrassing.
embarrassing. That's why you take your potion every morning.
Let's wake up and take my potion. I get out of the big cupboard of glowing vials, and I just sip one.
You have to keep your Nutty Professor away.
I got arrested for exposing my Nutty Professor. I'm not allowed on the campus anymore. Everyone saw my Nutty Professor. Only saw the clumps too.
Going to Boots and asking for my prescription of potions. They hand over just like vials with corks in the top. They would give it to me.
Yeah. Well, they take you around back and they show you a big kind of cauldron.
There's a wizard in the back, like stirring a cauldron.
No. Okay. A wizard is magic. This is science.
Sorry.
You're fucking mixing up the kinds of potions. There's two kinds of potions. There's science potions,
So what?
which are purple. No, science potions are blue. Magic potions are purple, and they fizz. Science potions glow.
You kind of fizzy Vimto.
Yes.
Delicious.
I like fizzy
potion.
Vimto. I love a fizzy Vimto.
See, a fizzy Vimto is sort of like a reverse skinny potion.
It's true. It will make you fat.
Yeah.
If you keep drinking them, they will make you fat.
It will make you nutty.
You'll get clumpified if you keep drinking fizzy drinks.
Kind of inflate like Mario.
When does Mario get inflated?
I think in like Mario World. Or like the SNES
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that. I'm gonna have to look that up right now.
Inflated as hellion.
Guys. Okay, I'm looking up Mario inflation. Yeah, you're right.
He has a kind of pained expression on his face.
You know the kid that does the Hercules pose?
Yeah, he's in other shit, right?
Well,
like, when he grew up, he's in other stuff.
I don't know, but according to iloveoldschoolmusic.com, he now goes by Little Hercules.
That's so awesome. Does he rap?
I'm not sure. But he does go by Little Hercules, that much I know. He's still acting.
Wow. Oh, he's 35 now. That's how old Sherman Klump is supposed to be.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh
Hopefully he's
my
had sex. Oh, he was one of the brothers in Me, Myself, and Irene.
Oh.
You guys have seen that, right?
That's a great movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
I've not seen that.
He was in It's Always Sunny. Yeah, Little Hercules has been working.
Well, he's been working.
When you said that his name is Little Hercules, I really wanted him to be a rapper, though.
I mean, he might.
What's his actual name?
No, he doesn't go by Little Hercules. He goes by Big Hercules.
No, it says Little Hercules on I Love Old School Music. Not to tell you you're wrong, but I love old school music.
I haven't written for anyone, let alone I love old school music.
No, it says Little Hercules, aka Eddie Klump Jr.
No.
It's Ernie Klump Jr.
Where the fuck is it?
No, I love old school music says Eddie Klump Jr. Sorry.
Wow.
No, where the fuck is it? Let me get this fucking article. Okay, so actor Jamal Mixon, blah blah blah. Today at 33, he goes by the name Jamal Big Hercules Mixon. Here is the alright. This is like the end of the episode anyway.
Yeah.
Now we've recorded like 53 minutes. Basically, so Klump, he does a speech and he talks about how okay, bye. He does a speech and he talks about how he's actually loves himself for being Klump.
Oh yeah.
He's fine with being his self.
He polishes his glasses a little bit and he puts them on and he says, if you give me just a minute, I can explain myself, and that fixes everything.
It does,
which is good.
Well, no, but it's because you can trust Klump. He's a good man.
Yeah.
As nutty as he is, he's a good man.
Exactly. Underneath all the nuttiness, he's got a heart of gold. Underneath all the nuttiness and all the fatness,
well,
like, if you can forget how disgustingly fat he is for like 1 minute, he's fine. He's a good guy.
He's an okay guy, but I can't get past that.
You can't get past it. So yeah. Anyway, he gets reclumped, and then he gets Jada Pinkett Smith and him have a dance, and then that's the end of the movie.
Yeah,
right.
It's
like the end of the
ending.
dance. It's a happy ending. Body Love is seemingly destroyed until the second one, where we find out he comes back. Which I won't be watching. I can't lie. This movie fucking sucks.
It really did.
There's some good parts. This movie was really bad.
I gave it like a 7 out of 10. I thought it was quite good.
Really?
Yeah, I saw your Letterboxd review 3.5 stars. I was like, come on.
I fucking hated it.
I thought it was good.
No.
It wasn't amazing, but it was good for what it was.
It was hard to watch.
I enjoyed it. I watched it in one sitting.
I thought that the second half was just a slog. I watched it too in one sitting. The second half was a fucking slog, though. But that's it. That's the first episode. We've recounted and recapped and talked about this awesome movie. Yeah. Any parting words, Harry, Velvie?
No, it's a pro-ana movie. It will.
I don't think it is.
Induce I think
if you're trying to throw up, if you're trying to
Yeah.
no, it's not.
No, it'll put you off
It's
its
fine
feet.
being a clump.
No.
If you watch the first half, the
Yeah.
first half, it could. But then if you're
Yeah,
fat and you want to get over it,
it's
watch
a
the
pro
second half.
self-acceptance movie. It's a pro-fat movie.
Hey, well, okay.
'Cause at the
I've
end, he
developed
kinda
anorexia
realises-
by the
Harry,
end
stop
of it.
trying to
but
fit into
okay.
your narrative.
No,
Just stop
I'm
trying to,
sorry, look.
twist it around to your belief.
I just
think-
want you to know how it affected me, and
Yeah, I'm gonna go myself throw up after this.
You're the skinniest of the three of us. So
yeah, but I wasn't
true.
before the episode started.
Harry took a potion.
Yeah, I took my
That's
potion.
why he's so mean and evil and why he hates clones.
Harry, your testosterone's too high right now.
Okay.
I've got too much hair.
I think that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Okay, this was DUMBOPLEX. Hope you enjoyed listening to it.
Should we
Okay, bye-bye.
hang on.
Bye.
Yeah.